How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Brawl into the arena today. We're up against Kimball. Kimball profiteering now. The problem is, Commander makes tokens, and he damages you for every token you make. So we might have to consider a different path. I'm going to counter our spells, though, so I guess we Mortuary on one. Put the Huntmaster in the bin so that our Ritualist actually produces mana. Okay, a slightly better one-drop than mine. I can respect that. Or can I? I don't know if I actually can. There's tap. Oh. I mean, I guess we're just going to be trying to Elf Ball our opponent out of the game. Damage? Okay. Skemfar Avenger. All the plans have gone up in ruin. Sure. Trading a real card for a token. We have nothing better to do. Okay. I mean, this is a blocker. Oh. Yikes. We actually only gave our opponent black mana. Normally, having an Urborg in your deck is a good thing. It helps you fix for black mana, which mana as a color doesn't generally have a lot of fixing. Green arguably does, so it's probably not necessary in this deck, but this is the first time I've ran into the scenario where it actively becomes a detriment because your opponent suddenly has access to a color they didn't before. Wow, that was a turn. No, stop. Guess we throw it away. I mean, we're gonna try to make mana. Black. Look for an elf. Yeah, we're not at the point where we convoke out Llanowar Elves. We'll probably be dead if we have to do that. GG. Opponent concedes out of nowhere. We need a bingo card where that happens, because it happens more often than not. Alright, on to game 2. We are 1 up. In playtesting, it was kind of a mixed bag. Lathril, talking about, got a couple of games here and there. But then again, she also she kind of struggled sometimes. Just depended on the matchup. Elvish Regrower. Card that I've not really put in decks before, but it's been pretty useful in this deck. So maybe I should consider this. There's another card like this that's way more well known. Okay. Another concede out of nowhere. Alright, we are back for game 3. We are 2-0. I'm beginning to get the impression that maybe Lathril is a scary commander. A playtester at a time where he's just facing more scary commanders, and so people didn't concede as often, but 2 out of 2 games, our opponent has noped out because we played a 1-drop. Which, fair, I guess. Like, if you see your opponent is playing a game that's gonna try and win the game by turn 4, and you have no way of stopping that, like, what are you playing for, right? Like, you got no shot. You might as well call it quits. But most of our hands haven't been like that. Most of them have been very dirtily. It's just the fear our commander puts in people that makes them concede. You have a cavern against a blue player? This has never happened before. It's never happened to me before. Generally speaking, I don't even remember to put cavern in my deck, and when I do, I never see it against blue opponents because I never face a blue opponent. Hello? That's a turn. And at least we're going to be able to actually cast our things. Things being Hartman the Nurturer, Elvish Archdruid, Disciple of Freyleys. Giving Marwyn to an insane power, tapping her for mana, and then cashing her in for a bunch of cards. Feels like the dream. But I might not ever get there. I might actually have to use this as a land. We get down. I might be trying to race a Marwyn. I hope they are. That feels like it could end things in my favor. I didn't know that was a thing. Evolution Sage? Rude. Elvish Archdruid? Why not both the Marwyn? You can't have such good things in your hand that the fact that I get infinite mana doesn't matter. That's crazy. Oh, they have the cool Ruinous Ultimatum artwork. Never mind. They're not crazy. They're perfectly stable. I take that back. Never mind. It didn't say a word. When the plays risk go, it's 100% not stable. They're blue-blacking for their lives. And, that just happens. One of these? Can't cast my commander now. That's bad. Yeah, opponent. I know I have a commander. I just haven't. I don't know what happened to her. Tyvar is really the commander. He does most of the hard work. Oh, we killed the clockmaker. Okay. It's looking like a removal spell. No, actually. It's a Sauron. That's kind of. It removes my desire to play spells, which unfortunately is a necessary requirement. This is objectively the wrong thing to be doing. But I gotta do it. Let's unite the elves. Oh. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Did it the wrong way, that's why. I guess we can do this then. And then the One Ring. You know, just in case Sauron had any suspicions about who the real Lord of the Rings was. The answer is me. No attacks. Why would my elf deck need to attack? Doesn't make any sense. That's a scary card. This is not that scary. It's kind of scary. Draw 4 cards. You may discard your hand. I would. And again, I kind of know what I have, right? Like, my opponent might not. Look at my One Ring, Sauron. Not yours anymore. It loses some amount of life. 3, create a treasure, draw a card. Not bad. Well, there goes my 15/15. Guess we're gonna have to start over. One of these? My hoof went to the graveyard. That sucks. This? Swing in with these guys? We have to block every one of them? Use sorcery speed. Not sorcery speed. You can just get +X/+X. That's a lot of damage. GG. All right, we're on to our final game. Can't keep this hand. 1/2 drop and fetch land. Will not get us to where we need to go. This could. I'm gonna keep it just in case, but the best thing we do with this hand is get to 7 mana with a couple of creatures on the battlefield, and then put a critter buff into play. Grab the Surveil land. I actually will take that, because I need the mana. One of the interesting things about the Surveil lands is that you've kind of had them for a while in the form of the Scrylands. But the fact that they have types and the Scrylands don't have types means that the Surveil lands are just infinitely better. The fact that you can fetch them out really. Temples generally aren't making decks these days, right? If we're into 3, 4 color, 5 color, like the temples are not making the cut anymore. The real ones still do, because not only do they get you the incidental value of a little bit of top deck manipulation, they also can do so. Yikes! Okay. That's a scary opponent. Well, I'm racing towards 7. That was my stated goal. Got a ship off my opponent. Is that a ship or a plane? Does it matter in the context of Magic the Gathering? Maybe, maybe not. Right, Sword of Fire, nice. Okay, well that shoots down my team. I can't do anything about it. Oh, the classic. You gave yourself protection from red, so your red equipment no longer resides where you last saw it. We can get down a Beast Whisperer. They're going to shoot down a guy on my team every turn anyway, so I might as well. Like, the Greater of Plan has kind of gone out the window. Maybe if we get down Llanowar Abomination of Llanowar, we can get a creature that's actually big enough to make a dent, but it looks like they're just going to outbeat down us before we get to 7. Ouch, ouch. We're up to 6. Show me an elf that doesn't die. Not exactly what I want. Next one I can attack with a 5/6, 7/7, and a 8/8. Not enough to kill unless they severely damage themselves on my behalf. Happen. Probably won't, but it could happen. You might as well get the top there. Top. No block. So 8 plus 7 equals 15. 15 plus 5, 20. They have 4 toughness. We can deal 16 damage. Not enough. Not enough. Actually, the math doesn't quite work out that way. What are we metamorphing? Door? Okay. I actually have to think now. I don't want to do that. So this X, I don't lose X life. So this will be 3, whereas this will provide 3. Don't think it matters, but we're gonna do this and this. It might actually have mattered. 15 plus 9? Yeah, actually. 15 plus 9 equals 24. It got there in the end, even though it shouldn't have. The fact that Tooth and Nail puts 2 creatures is what saved our bacon really hard. But either way, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I will see you next time. Bye for now.